Happy Solstice, everyone, and yes, a Merry Christmas. From now on, I'm going to be saying Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, have a cool Yule, whatever. Whatever is out there, whatever brings the families together, and you're all going to sit around the table. Okay. Hey, cool with me. It's that time of year. All right? Someone recently did a video about her history with the church, and without trashing it completely, and it brought back a lot of stuff for me. I mean, I should be more honest about my background with the Christian experience and what's still with me and what isn't, and how I came away from it, and how it was really the beginning of my journey. Of course it was, because it's how I was raised, and I was trying to be real with those values. And some of it was valid, and some of it was just the usual revolving door. Okay? So that's on my mind lately in terms of the heart people out there, and I have not been that attentive to the heart people who are out there, and I don't blame any of them if they're not watching, because I've been elsewhere, and it's all been webcams and not the Lucifer formatted stuff, and I really should just not do webcams as often as I've been doing them lately. Still, I want to, remind everybody that I'm still here, and I will be coming out with Lucifer formatted videos in 2012. Looking forward to it. 2012. But in the meantime, I have really been neglectful of heart people. And it's mostly being severe with the unfeeling people and straightening them out. And that can become very lopsided. Heart people have to be approached in a completely different spirit. There's the pillar of severity for unfeeling people and the pillar of mercy for feeling people. And most of those feeling people are, of course, women. Women have more permission to feel. And there's one woman in particular she's an angel, and I'm her #1 fan. I mean, if she had T-shirts out with her picture on it, I'd go around wearing my own T-shirt with her face on. Okay, I love this person. I don't know her very well at all, and I can't help but feel a lot of people who watched her videos connect with her, because she's really very special, very, very sincere. And I can't help but feel she's going through a bad time right now, and I think maybe a lot more serious than she's let on, and she should probably talk to someone about it. She's become a recluse, and it's not a bad thing. I know all about it. Being a recluse, I know all about that, and I have my own space with it. But I certainly wish her a happy solstice and a happy holiday season. And she's trying very hard right now to have unconditional love for everyone in her reclusion. And I can't help but feel that it's just part of something that's not right. And that brings us back to the subject of Yeshua, called Jesus, because he talked about unconditional love, but he talked about it in a very insightful way. Okay, and I would say to anyone whose whole trip is bhakti yoga, or just the devotional thing and wanting to emanate love all the time, on this real total heart space thing, read the Gospels, read it with an enlightened, consciousness perspective going on with you. I mean, don't read it dogmatically, but read the Gospels and read it with the idea in mind that Yeshua is a teacher of love, and this is how he's put it together, and he probably knows quite a bit more about it than you do. And I'm going to leave it at that rather than give you my spin on it. I would ask this person, go read the Gospels. Okay. and then talk about the Gospels. And anytime this person, if she's watching, I mean, I have a talent for saying the wrong thing around her, because one minute I'm talking to people without any feelings, and another minute I'm talking to someone who's all feeling, and it can get muddled. And so I've said the wrong things to her now and then, and it's just to be regretted. But if she was watching, I would say, hey, read the Gospels, come to your own thing with it, and then talk about that in your videos. And you can talk about that with me anytime you want. You can send me a private video. You can write me a long, rambling message. And I will try to be as receptive to you as I can and as supportive of you, because a person cannot watch your videos without caring about you very deeply. But still, I don't know you that well, and I don't know what you're going through, and I don't know what it is you're not saying, because there was a whole line of videos where you seem to be very, very open, and now you're very circumspect. Okay. So, and I'm sure it's very private stuff. And if you're not talking to me, I get that completely, but I would hope that you're talking to somebody, all right, and you're sharing. That's what love's all about. Giving and receiving. All right. You have to be able to receive love to emanate love. Kabbalah is receiving. So that's my little solstice message for all of you out there who are feeling people, particularly the women. Guys are emotionally retarded. I'm not. But I had my emotionally retarded phase when I was 18, 19 years old. I was a libertarian. Libertarians are universally emotionally retarded people. I gotta warn you, I'm about to bash libertarians. Nisa sent me something about some lunatic here in California, libertarian Tea Party crackpot named Jules Manson, who's calling for the assassination of all politicians and their children who signed on for the National Defense Authorization Act, the Infinite Detention Bill, NDAA, that Obama signed into law recently. Now, no way do I support the NDAA. No, not at all, absolutely not. But Obama is someone who can be nagged on that issue and any number of other issues, at least to some small extent, while nobody on the other side but Ron Paul is going to listen. And I agree with Ron Paul on a number of things, and I disagree with him on a number of things. I'm with Ron Paul on civil liberties for the most part, and neither Ron Paul nor I are any big fans of the Federal Reserve, even though I think, it goes too far to say get rid of it overnight like he does. He's very much a get rid of it overnight kind of a guy. And, I don't even necessarily think getting rid of it's the answer one way or another, but I'm not going to defend the Federal Reserve. Then there's downsizing the government. If that's generally a good idea if it's done rationally and pragmatically. And also, Ron Paul's isolationism finds him usually on my side when it's about opposing most American wars. But that doesn't mean we have a philosophy in common about those questions, because we don't. Beyond that, I'm not with the guy at all. His meat axe approach to Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, sending my mother out into the streets and putting her at the mercy of private charities and churches. Hey, you'll do that over my dead body and over the dead bodies of millions of other Americans who have mothers. And if that sounds adamant, hey, you don't know libertarians like I do. Unless you're breaking furniture and busting windows, you just don't have their attention. There's also the environmental thing, about which there's no discussion possible with the Ron Paul crowd. Okay? A good working definition of a typical ultra-conservative applies to a typical libertarian, and that's a white guy who doesn't listen. As for libertarianism itself, I was on the ground floor with my friends, or friends that I had back then, with the whole libertarian movement. I had lunch with Murray Rothbard. He called us all crazy, and we were. I grew up. All libertarians. I've been losing a lot of viewers lately. But that's just part of the process. You know, libertarians are emotionally retarded people, and there's the ideology, and you can talk about it as a polemic, and well, this is a good point, and that's not such a good point. But the reality is, it attracts emotionally retarded white males, and they can't help it. They can't help that they're emotionally retarded, and they don't know they're emotionally retarded. They don't consider themselves emotionally retarded, but they are emotionally retarded. Okay, too emotionally retarded to get with the consciousness thing. They have to open up a lot more than they do, feel a connection with other people, and dare to have their ironclad ideology be a little more flexible than it is, because it's just way too heavy on being an Ayn Randian Superman or something. And it's very male. Very male. Anyways, happy solstice. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Have a cool Yule from the Lucifer series. There'll be a lot of Lucifer formatted videos in 2012. It's an exciting time. It's a time where there's going to be all kinds of adversity in your life to keep you from growing, and there's going to be an incredible pull for you to grow way beyond the box you're in, and it's going to be dramatic and maddening and very, very funny, and I wish you the best of luck with it. Okay, I'm wishing the best of luck with it myself, because I've been so near to something, and then just to be thrown back down on the floor by it, and you got to pick yourself back up, and you're going to get knocked down on that floor, and you're going to get yourself back up, and it's more about determination than it is about talent at this point. I hope you have the talent for it, but that counts for less than the commitment. Peace.